welcome to KMTV. I'm Louisa Britton. Your top stories tonight. Fire breaks out in Dover. Teenager arrested after stabbing. And Henry's going potty for Pokemon. But first this evening, an 87-year-old man has denied causing death by dangerous driving after his car crashed into a coffee shop on Christmas Eve last year. David Lord arrived at Maidstone Crown Court this morning, accused of causing the death of a 70-year-old Valerie Deakin. She was killed when his Audi smashed through the Costa Coffee window in Westerham. 4 other people were also injured in the incident. He is on bail until his trial starts in April next year. Firefighters were called to a guest house cellar in Dover this afternoon. 2 crews arrived at the fire in Castle Street just before 2 and police cordoned off the area. Luckily, no one was hurt. A second teenager has been arrested for attempted murder after a stabbing in Gillingham. An 17-year-old boy was found in Gillingham High Street with serious stomach injuries last Wednesday and was taken to King's College Hospital in London. It's the 3rd arrest connected to the incident after 2 teenagers were held last week. The boys thought to have been at Prince Arthur's Park in Gillingham when the stabbing took place. A nurse at Maidstone Prison had an affair with an inmate who was serving a sentence for violent burglary. The court heard how Hester Wilson had sexual relations with Nickel Sixto and even visited him when he was transferred to a prison out of the county. She admitted misconduct in public office, but the judge said he wouldn't give her a jail sentence because her children would be left to fend for themselves if she was locked up. She was sentenced for 14 months imprisonment, suspended for 2 years. And finally, Pokemon Go fever swept across the world last month. And today it was revealed that vicars are being advised by the Church of England to try and encourage players to convert to Christianity. But whilst it's been a source of weird and wonderful stories, it's given users a massive health boost. Henry Sandicott went to hunt for some Pokemons.
Lurking in the undergrowth around Kent, in nooks and crannies along the length and breadth of the county, lie beasts, and people will do absolutely anything to find them. Of course, I'm talking about Pokemon. They appear everywhere and anywhere in Kent, as this county-wide Pokemon tracking map shows. The craze has even taken over social media sites where people compare their experiences and share their top tips. Clearly, Pokemon Go has some real social benefits, but what experts are really trumpeting about is the fact that it's getting teenagers and adults alike off the sofa and into the great outdoors.
I think there are 2 reasons why this could actually be very positive for the health, for example, kids that used to play video games in their own room. First of all, because it gives you immediate rewards. Also, because you're distracted by the game, we know that that kind of, we call it dissociative thinking, reduces actually the perception of effort and discomfort that some people may experience, especially unfit people may experience during exercise.
We headed down to the fun fair at the Strand to see how far people have been going in pursuit of Pokemon. Interestingly, many of the rides weren't busy. Why? Well, it's a prominent Pokestop. How far do you reckon you've walked?
Hard to say. I'd say about 20 kilometres.
I've done about 120 kilometres. I mean, in the app it actually counts how far you've walked. I think it says about 120 kilometres for me, which is a lot more than I usually would.
How far do you reckon you've walked because of Pokemon Go?
A lot more than I used to. I mean, I've hatched about 3 10k eggs now, and yeah,
Working on how many eggs I've hatched, about 40 to 50 kilometres.
With the search for Pokemon showing no sign of slowing down, it would appear that some gamers have many more miles left in the tank. This is Henry Sandicott reporting for KMTV in Medway.
And that's all from us this evening. We'll be back again tomorrow with all the latest stories from across your county. In the meantime, don't forget you can always keep up to date by listening to KMFM or logging on to kentonline.co.uk. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.